Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another video, and in today's video I just wanted to kind of do like a little girl talk video because I just kind of want to get into doing more videos on my channel. So we're gonna go ahead and get into today's video of a girl talk. It is red flags we ignore too often. Well, okay, so obviously red flags can go either way, but this being my channel, we're just gonna do a girl talk video on that. Okay, so I'm gonna go through some questions that could be red flags that we ignore too often. So starting off with one thing we can say is the biggest red flag that we ignore in the beginning, where this can be in the talking stage or getting to know somebody, or before you even get into the point of a relationship: love bombing. So I feel like this has happened to probably many people before, or some people don't even realize that this is actually that people are actually love bombing them, which I feel like that has happened to me before, about getting someone saying I love you too fast, or someone saying like I'm falling for you, or just and there could be other ways of love bombing as well. Like, it doesn't just have to be someone saying I love you or like I'm falling for you. It could be like stuff is like even knowing someone in the span of like less than 5 months. Obviously you're not going to be so quick to say I love you, or and even like I would say in the span of like 3 months of knowing someone, them saying I want to marry you or I want to have kids with you and stuff like that. Like, I could say that it could be as love bombing. It can also be moving too fast as well. That's another red flag that some people do ignore, is someone moving too fast. And okay, sometimes some situations moving too fast is not a bad thing, but also it comes to things, red flags leading up to them moving fast for that sake. And that's one thing us women, we ignore a lot, and it's something that we don't want to point out, because we're just like, oh, this guy really loves me or really likes me, and he's just moving fast and wants to get to know me better, but he's definitely moving too fast at that point. And oh my gosh, okay, this is one thing that I will say that I feel like it's something guys say all the time, and I feel like when you experience someone moving too fast or some red flags, you in your mind are like, okay, noted that, and then you keep that in the back of your mind whenever you go and talk to a new guy or try to go into a new relationship. And when a guy says I've never felt this way before, just know you're not the first girl he has said that to, because I feel like that's a line that many guys like to say. Obviously you can say it could be somewhat true, yes, he's never felt this way before, or the feelings, but that for some that's another red flag that we do ignore, is they can be pouring into you so much and say I've never felt this way before, but whenever in the back of your head you're like, does he really feel that way? But also too, it's like he's definitely said that to a girl before. So another red flag is inconsistency. So that can be many things of in communication. So like texting, they, in the sense of you're always having to be the first person to text them. You are the person starting the conversation in the text messages, whether that be saying good morning or just even asking them about their day, or being the first person to text them. And or in a situation is you're always the person that has to text them, and then obviously they'll text you back, but it's never the other way around, you know what I'm saying? Or it can be, another red flag is, I call it ghosting in a way, but you text them and it takes them more than a day or two to reply back to you. That is another red flag, because at the back of your mind you're like, okay, why aren't they texting me? And then they come up with the excuse, I'm busy, or oh, I forgot to reply with you. Red flag. This is another big one that I just want to be exclamation point after I say it. Their words do not match their actions. So many guys will say so many things of like, I'm gonna do this for you, or I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna take you here, I'm gonna take you that, or just even like saying like, I'm gonna pour into you or stuff like that, and then their actions never line up to what the words they actually say, whether it be verbally them saying it to, or even through text. That's one thing that I do not like, and that's like another big red flag that I definitely will always point out. Always be like, oh wait, red flag, point that out in anything I go through. Another red flag could be bad communication. I kind of did point on this, like, you know, a little bit ago. So bad communication, there's this saying that a lot of people say, I've seen it on TikTok as well, is like, it doesn't take much to take a few seconds out of your day to send a text to someone, either saying hi, or even say, how's your day going, or to even say, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you right now, I'll text you later, or something like that, you know, just a simple text of saying that. And that goes into saying, if they wanted to text you or communicate with you, they would. That's another big red flag on that. And the effort should go both ways as well. Yeah, it could be the same. And I'm not saying, you know, because obviously these red flags can go either way, but, you know, I feel like from my experience, most men do this as well. And then another red flag should we ignore is when a guy texts us and says they're just busy. Should we let that be an excuse? Should we? So everybody in life obviously is busy. We all have many things to do in our life, and obviously but you are going to put aside whether than less than 5 minutes, it could be a minute or two, just to send a simple text. If you are a busy person, you will put aside time for someone that matters to you. So with that being another excuse to them, they are very busy, is another thing of like, okay, maybe the first time I'll let it slide, but if it's a constant thing, being like, hold on, that's a red flag. And then another red flag that we could ignore too often, or it can be a confusing one that I personally, you know, I'm still like, I don't know about it, is jealousy a sign that they care? Okay, sometimes I feel like there's two different views that a lot of people have about jealousy. Jealousy could be, yes, they do care, and then they don't like you getting attention or something, and similar, like where they be compliments or guys coming up to you in that sense of whenever you guys are around each other. So that can be a form of jealousy. But then also too, another view people have is, what are they doing? Why are they jealous? Are they talking to other people? Some forms of jealousy people can be in the back, like you not knowing, they can be cheating. Or it can be cheating can also, jealousy can also be considered controlling behavior, is them being jealous, like they want to be in control of what you do, who you talk to, and who you're around and stuff like that. But that's another thing that can lead to another bad red flag. Another bad red flag that people, or we as, you know, people try to put into them, because some people you be talking to someone and you be like, oh no, he's a red flag, like I can talk to him. But then, you know, when you get to know someone, you start to really care about them, grow feelings for them, you start to go into the phases of being like, I can fix them, you know, this is someone that, you know, I just need to pour into them, show them like how much they can be cared about and taken care of, and I can fix them, you know, I can change them. Or another thing is they're just scared to commit, you know. You can be thinking in the back of their head, oh, he has told me, you know, he's been done wrong in the past, he's been cheated on, or he's been lied to, he has trust issues, but and then you could be like, okay, you know, it's okay, they're just afraid to commit. But at the same time, that can be another red flag. Is like they're doing something sneaky, they're talking to other people. So those are like red flags that I feel like us as women cannot ignore, because some men are sneaky. I'll just say some men are very, very sneaky. I'll just say that. How important is consistency? Consistency is very important because it just shows how much you care about the person. It shows that you want to put in effort. It shows that you want to be either in a relationship or just talking to and involved with this person to lead up into a relationship. But also consistency builds trust between you and the other person that you are talking to, because it starts with trust. Whether you're talking to somebody, getting to know someone, and then trying to lead up to a relationship, trust is always the number one thing that, you know, that's I would say the most two important things is always communication and trust, because if you don't have those two things, then your relationship is just not going to work out at that point. It's not going to work out. Another thing that can be something that we try to push aside or ignore is mixed signals. Because obviously sometimes whenever, you know, you are getting to know a guy, or even it can be in a relationship with a guy, someone that you know, and you've, you know, gotten into the stage of being boyfriend and girlfriend, and they start giving you mixed signals, and you're just like, okay, maybe I'm reading it too much in this, or I'm overthinking it. But then that leads to them having mixed feelings. So that's something that I feel like that, you know, some women should just not brush under the rug, because that can be a very, very hard thing to move past about, because it's like, whoa, what is happening? Another thing is a red flag that people ignore too often can someone who never takes accountability change? I feel like someone that, in my opinion, I'm gonna say, someone that does not take accountability, it's not okay, because like that's something that I cannot deal with. I feel like that's somebody that has a very big ego and will not put their pride aside at the stake of their partner and taking accountability. Or that's someone that doesn't like to admit they're wrong and will never want to tell their partner, oh, you were right about this. They will never take accountability. And my opinion is, I don't know. I honestly don't know if someone that doesn't take accountability will ever change. Like, that's something that's like, will they ever change, you know? And that's just something. But also too, them not taking about accountability in the sense is like not showing how mature they are. And owning your own mistakes is showing maturity. So that is something also too, as young adults or even grown adults, you know, in life, people need to show their maturity and taking accountability in their wrongs. Everyone makes mistakes, yes, everyone makes mistakes, but putting your pride aside and taking accountability is something that will always help you and your partner move forward in any aspect of life in general. And then here's another thing, that obviously when you date somebody, everyone has an ex. A red flag that we can ignore too often is, at some point, you know, when you get in a relationship, you will ask your partner about their ex, because obviously you will want to know, more than likely, why they broke up, how things ended, and then also to just knowing things that their ex did wrong to why they act a certain way in the new relationship you're in. So obviously you get to know them in that aspect. So is talking badly about your ex a red flag? I would say that me, as myself, the person I am, I will never talk badly about an ex, no matter how bad they treated me, or if the relationship ended on bad terms, or even if my ex cheated on me. I will never talk badly about them because that's not the person I am. I will say I'm just too nice. Probably some people say I'm too nice, but I'm just never gonna talk badly about an ex. I will never do that. Could that be a red flag for people that talk badly about an ex? Because also too, in the sense, is like some people that do talk badly about their ex will say they were wrong about this, but will never take accountability for the stuff that they did wrong. Another accountability is, another red flag could be is so when you aren't in a relationship, what can be some red flags? Okay, some other red flags can be on social media when you're in a relationship, or even like in the stage of talking to somebody, but you're like in the sense of only talking to each other and no other people, is hiding you. As many people, know this like generation now of the internet, obviously a lot of people are just people they're involving themselves with, or even dating. They are doing what is that phrase called? Private but not a secret. Okay, I get that. But if they are like, say for example, you're in the private but not a secret, one person is posting y'all holding hands, or one person is posting the guy touching the girl's leg, or one girl's posting a picture with the guy, but she's covering his face. Okay, there's nothing. But then you have the guy that they're at the same place, but there's no even no like how do I say, like clues that she's even there. Like it's more of like just about him. That I could say is hiding you, and is making it seem like, oh, we're not involved at all, which something is like I would consider a red flag. Flirting with flirting with people online, I just think that like if there's certain things that can be considered flirting. So especially online, it could be like commenting under people's posts, messaging people, like complimenting them, replying to people's stories with like heart eyes, or saying you're so beautiful, you're so pretty. Obviously, if it's like your friends or like even your family members, I wouldn't consider that a red flag. But if it's people like just random people on social media, definitely a red flag. And something that also can show a guy's immaturity is acting single for attention. That is another red flag that I personally will not entertain, and I will definitely just be like, okay, bye, I'm done, because that is just like not a red flag. And then that just shows you how immature that guy is as well. So I just have some fun questions to end with. So what are some red flags that you guys ignore too often? You guys want to comment those below, and I will reply to you guys in the comments as well. And what is a red flag that you guys spot immediately, whether that be in the talking stage or in a relationship with somebody? And do you believe people can change? I want to know your guys' opinion in the comments below. Let me know, and I'm definitely gonna reply to you guys as well. And then what is one dating lesson that you have learned? But yeah, so comment below, if you guys want to answer those questions, and I'll reply to you guys. And but that is it for this video of a girl talk of what are some red flags that you probably ignore too often. But that is it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.